As far as your recent study goes, Doctor, could you just tell us something about what's the latest findings?
Yeah, is that a flip radio thing?
Oh,
Oh, I love those things.
what's
Especially as far as South Asia, India goes.
what we find is that the mobile is absolutely the most predominant mode by which people at the bottom of the pyramid interact uh, uh, with electronically.
Yeah.
It's the most predominant electronic medium. In 2006, we had data which said that the largest proportion of Indians at the bottom of the pyramid were using public phones, and in 2008, the role of the public phone has been taken over by my own mobile. People who answer the question, my own mobile. However, that doesn't mean to say that the ubiquitous public phone in India is going away, because in our qualitative research, we found that the Indian culture, because the public phone has been there for a long time, now accommodates the public phone, and it has got a unique niche. So, for example, we found women who have married out into somebody else's family, that is, they are away from they're living in their husband's house. They find it more useful and more conducive for their conversations with their parents and brothers and sisters to have it in a public phone, because in a way they are given a little bit of distance from the current familial home, and also there is a certain separation in space of that activity. And unlike in Pakistan and Bangladesh, where a woman using a public phone is sort of sneered at and people get comments and so on, the women who use public phones in India were very clear that there was no social pressure against them using the public phones.
Your study makes the point that radio has been displaced from its number 2 position after television in India. Is that right?
Indeed it does. Indeed it does, and it surprised us greatly to find that not only in India but in Pakistan and in Bangladesh, at the bottom of the pyramid, the mobile is now more prevalent than the radio. However, we must also accept the fact that there are many mobile handsets that are capable of picking up the FM signal off the air. Not that they pay for it, but they also function as radios. So people are listening to the radio, in some cases not from a radio set, but from the mobile itself.
One kind of criticism, a lot of the arguments are based on numbers, but like we know it's not a one-to-one equal race in comparing, say, a mobile with a PC. Like, what I mean is one PC could do the social transformation that 10 mobiles could do, or just for instance. So do you think...
Of course, a PC is not equal to a mobile. A mobile gives you information when you want it, where you want it. It's with you. While PCs, particularly common use PCs, are in common use facilities that have opening hours and closing hours, and you have to actually make the effort to go to it.
True.
So the best example is not some work we have done, but which Microsoft India has done on Varana wired and Varana unwired, where they found that one of India's earliest development projects was providing for the information needs of sugarcane farmers in Maharashtra in the Varana Nagar. And they found that this was a project that was about to collapse because the PCs were not being used, they were not in good repair, they were too costly, etc., etc. And now they have developed a model called the Varana Unwired, which the farmers are quite positive and is lower cost and so on and so forth. And it is now being replicated on a larger scale in Vietnam. So if you think about it, the farmer who wants to know the price of sugarcane is getting it while he's in the tractor. And I have the photographs of farmers in their tractors hauling the sugarcane, actually getting the information. Now you just think of that activity, which is, should he be going to stopping the tractor and maybe the tractor isn't his, and he should go to some place to get the information, or should he get it while in the course of his everyday activities? So definitely the mobile is superior in that way.
Would you feel that the mobile is more of a kind of consumer technology while the PC could be a producer's tool also?
Well, I mean, many of the world's PCs are, if you talk realistically, they are used for watching porn, they are used for watching films, they are used for downloading BitTorrent. Not that I have anything against any of these things, but they are as sort of non-productive as anything else, or as productive as anything else. Productive cannot be understood in terms of volume. Yeah. You see, one telephone call that a Kerala fisherman does in one of the best studies that has been done by Jensen and his colleagues in the Kerala fishing villages. One phone call that he makes to one or two phone calls to decide which fishing harbor and which local marketplace he should take the fish to is giving him a lot of productive input. The rest of the time he's talking to his wife. Anything wrong with talking to the wife? No. The rest of the time he's maybe singing songs into the mobile and taping them. Anything wrong with that? No. Human beings have multiple requirements in their lives. But that one phone call, you see, one of the most important things we have as researchers to do is to say that the counting phone calls and saying that productive phone calls are fewer in number than so-called unproductive phone calls is bad research. Because one phone call is not the same as another phone call. One phone call says, I'm here. Another phone call says, take me to the hospital, I'm having a heart attack. Those two things are not of equal value. So value has to be assessed in qualitative terms. So the question that we ask this time, because we are also improving our research as time goes, we said, do you use it for business purposes at least once a day? And the highest percentage that we get is in Bangladesh, but India is about 70% of the phone users say yes, for once a day we do use it. And Sri Lanka is very regressive there.
When was the study carried out?
October of 2008.
Thanks.
Thanks.